eke out to second place.
Hi guys, welcome to the Illuminator's Workshop. This week we played at the Untapped Store Championship and I came in second place, securing the Scar playmat. We were playing one of my favorite decks, Ruby Amethyst, and I'm going to kind of go over the deck that got us to second place. Some fantastic local competition. Always love the Untapped tournaments. Shout out to Untapped, always having the singles that I need. And, you know, we're just going to talk about some of the small intricacies because, you know, Ruby Amethyst is everywhere, but there's tons of little intricacies that can make the deck a lot different. But first things first, let's use the playmat we got to show off the deck on. We got the Scar playmat. Very nice, very nice. It's a little dirty. I'm not sure what that's about, but I'll be talking to Ravensburger myself. That's very, very nice as always. We're gonna dive right into this deck list. So we didn't go with the full 12 1-drops. However, we had 3 Diablos, 4 Chernobyls, and 4 Magic Rooms. The 1-drops are just so necessary. If you don't hit your 1-drop, and then sometimes if you don't hit your 1-drop into 1-drop on turn 2, you just fall behind in some of these matchups, and it felt like it was one of the reasons I was able to churn through my deck, not hit as many uninkables throughout the day. I would even suggest going up to the full 12. The full 12 feels very powerful. On to the 2-drops, which is a little funky. We have 4 Snakes, as usual. We have 2 Flynn Riders. I feel like Flynn Rider has become worse and worse as people expect him more and more. The Diggy Diggy Hole deck, there was 2 Steel Song matchups where I felt like I had to ink this card. I couldn't play him on turn 2. He was just never going to gain me the 2 lore, or the 3 lore, and he was just going to be a waste of a turn 2 most of the time. This card came in absolutely clutch. Lumiere. He is a 2-cost, inkable 2/2, and he gives your other characters +1 attack. And this is specifically fantastic in combination with Crab, in combination with Madame Mim Fox. Maui can now kill castles, or if you just have a 1 attack Broom and a Maui and a Lumiere, you can kill a library. Sometimes you can have double Lumiere and you can kill the McDuck Manors in just 1 turn, which can really help you eke out those attacks that are just like a lot less profitable, like trying to kill a Tamatoa or things like of that nature. On to the 3-drops. We have 4 Friends on the other side. It's just a staple. It probably is going nowhere anytime soon. Fantastic card, one of my favorite cards. We got 3 Library. It is the new purple location that is sweeping the nation. Everybody loves it. USA, baby. The library has become more impactful than a lot of other facets of the purple matchups just in general. In some Steel Song or the Diggy Diggy Hole, you put a bunch of your guys into the library and then you don't have to feel so bad when you have to be prepared on turn 7, because then you're going to draw a ton of cards. Sometimes with Diablo you're drawing 2 cards when they die. The Brooms and the Chernobyls become so much better when you're drawing 2 cards off of them to just really get you the win. Next we have 4 Madame Mim Fox. No surprise there. I had to trim one of our brawls. We're only on 3 brawls. I could see you playing a 4th brawl, but a lot of times on turn 3 that's not really what you want to be doing. I saw a bunch of Diablos at Untapped, and luckily I was able to find my brawls, but I could see you playing 4. It's not necessary to trim them. I just needed more room for some other cards. We have 4 of the 3-cost Inkable Sisu. Absolute powerhouse, absolute unit, just belongs in the deck probably forever. We have 3-cost Crab, 2 of them. It really helps us beat the Blurple matchup. Lots of other things like being able to kill the 7 Dwarfs Mine, being able to kill Robin Hoods and things of that nature. Big locations, killing libraries. Very necessary. Making your genies bigger so that way you can kill their genies. Making your Elsas bigger so you can kill their genies or their Elsas. All around good card. I think it's underutilized at the moment. Very good toolbox to have in your deck. Following this is the 4-drops. As always, we're rocking 4 Goats. Best card in the deck. Very good. Gains you lore. Makes you win the game. just can grind it out. Sometimes you can ink it early in the game and you can just get the value off snakes and foxes to just eke you out from 15 to 20. And you don't really even need to quest with the character again. Next, we have 3 genies. I felt like this card was being underrated recently. It's very easy to brawl it and kill it with things. People are running Elsas and crabs and stuff to get rid of it. But if you can just jam it and gain the 2 lore and draw the card, sometimes that's all you really need. It also lets you kill other evasive characters that can be a problem, like Diablo. So the green steel matchup wasn't as harsh for me. Even though I was short on brawls, I had genies to follow it up with. Just 3 rabbits. Great card again. The control matchup. It lets you have more cards than your opponent, even if they have a Hiram going on. If you're bouncing your rabbits and singing friends on the other side, you're going to have more cards than them. Just one of the best draw engines in the whole game. 2 Elsas. We're down a little bit on Elsas right now. I feel like a lot of times she's not big enough, and unless you have the crab alongside her on turn 8, she's not really doing exactly what you want her to be doing. Sometimes tapping down characters against the really aggressive matchup is exactly what you need, but not always, and sometimes turn 5 is too late at that point to be killing their stuff. Same to be said with Maui. He's great in those aggressive matchups where you can kill some of their bigger things like Lawrence's and stuff, but a lot of times turn 5 in those aggressive matchups, it is too late. You have to have been answering their stuff already with 3-cost Sisu, having 1-drops to be able to kill their 1-drops. So a lot of times the Maui or the Elsa isn't going to be the rectifying factor. So having just 2 of each felt good to me. I didn't miss them. The thing I did miss was that I only had 2 Lady Tremaines for our 6-drops. Definitely could have used a Meta Medusa here or there just to recur the effect. We shifted Lady Tremaine onto Lady Tremaine 4 times throughout the entire tournament. So I think that being able to bounce it back and shift Lady Tremaine to be able to get multiple Lady Tremaines is the path for value. You just get so much added value. For our 7-drops, we only have 4 Be Prepared. We did not see our second Be Prepared in the finals, and that is really why we lost at the end. And it's a great card. We want to see it. I don't see even going down to 3 being good. There's lots of matchups where I play against Amber Steel Song and they just wheel away most of your Be Prepareds, and then you're just kind of digging at nothing. You need the Be Prepared and they've already binned your 2. You only have 1 left in your deck, and they can calculate that by looking at your graveyard and thinking about that. Alongside this, we have 1 Sisu. I could have gone up to 2. I feel like it's very impactful in the matchups where they have Pete to prevent you from being able to be prepared when you need it. And just like Lady Tremaine onto Lady Tremaine, bouncing it back to your hand, if you can play Sisu and then bring it back to your hand, it's just, they don't Zeus it that turn, or you shift this on turn 8 onto your Sisu and then have a snake to follow it up with to bounce it back to your hand. You get so much value out of this. You get 3 lore, you get to kill all their guys with 2 or less attack, and then you get your Sisu and your 3-cost Sisu back to your hand. It just feels so good. I think that this is a really great card, and even without the ice blocks and the things to lower their attack, it's still a very good card, especially with the shift line. All right, guys. Well, this has been my Ruby Amethyst deck tech from the Untapped Store Championship. Shout out to Untapped again, and shout out to all my competition that I played against. I hope to play against you guys soon. You guys were great. And have a great rest of your day. Thanks for stopping by the Illumineers Workshop.